Well, whenever there is a storm threatening families, you often hear of the hurricane hunters. When they're out, it's serious, right? They fly right into the storms, and the data they collect is critical to hurricane forecasting for all of us.
Yeah, it sure is. And storm expert meteorologist Rautenkranz got her hands on the very tool that the hurricane hunters use and tells us why drop sondes are so important.
So when forecasting tropical cyclones, meteorologists are given a lot of tools, right? But something we don't get our hands on all that often are these cool little things called a drop sonde. And with me right now, I have Kevin Petty with Vaisala, the Chief Science Officer. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
So tell us, what is a drop sonde?
So a drop sonde is a device that essentially gets shot out of an aircraft, so to speak, as that aircraft is flying through a hurricane. And as that drop sonde descends through the atmosphere, it is taking measurements, and it's taking measurements of some very key parameters that are important for aspects of forecasting tropical cyclones and hurricanes. It's measuring things like temperature, relative humidity, wind speed, wind direction, and pressure. And once all that information is gathered, it gets relayed to central location where those data can be used for numerical models that predict both hurricane intensity and track.
And so these things are fascinating. To hold one in my hand is awesome. But, you know, we have a whole lot of data over land, right? Maybe we could think of the oceans as kind of a dark spot for where we get our weather data. So can you talk about just how critical these little tools are for hurricane forecasting?
Lauren, you're spot on. These tools are so critical because they provide data in what essentially is a very data sparse region. When we get out over the ocean, not many observations there, but more importantly, they provide data inside a hurricane, and that is really essential because we need to understand the dynamics and thermal dynamics of that hurricane's overall structure if we're going to forecast it.